Cynthia wrote to us and said, my nephew is in a gay relationship. My husband and I are struggling with knowing what to do as far as attending a gay marriage ceremony. We believe the Bible teaches that gay lifestyles are sinful. Do we attend even though it's sinful, or not attend and risk losing our relationship with our nephew and his family?
Cynthia, thanks for this question. We've gotten similar questions before. This requires a lot of wisdom, because I understand that you want to keep the door open. You want to be able to talk about Jesus, share the gospel with your nephew, and still love this person while not condoning sinful behavior, while not giving a stamp of approval. And we go to weddings as witnesses to celebrate, to participate, if you will. And so it's a complex issue. I wonder if there's a way of communicating to this family member and saying, hey, this makes me uncomfortable for these reasons. I love you. Man, I love you so much. But this is not something that I would be supportive of. And maybe they say, well, then don't come. Or maybe they say, look, I understand. I'd still like for you to be there, even though I know that you're not giving a stamp of approval to this, even though I know that you're not supporting this marriage. I think there are a couple of different ways then of looking at it. If potentially you can have that conversation and you can be honest about where you're at and how you love your family member, how you love your nephew, how you want to be a part of his life, and not shut that door, and continue to have conversations and be in one another's homes, that kind of a thing. And they're open to that. He's open to that. Then I would say maybe you can attend, but you've made it really clear about where you stand on this issue. But if that's not the case, if you just realize, like, hey, being there is in one sense supporting this, and I don't want to go as a witness and give a stamp of approval, maybe I have another conversation with him and I say, I don't think that this is something that I can do because of my faith. And that's where you have to exercise wisdom. That's where you need to have some conversations. The Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 5, when it comes to those who don't confess the faith, who aren't believers, we're not called to be out of the world, right? We're not called to judge them. God judges them. Now, if this person, and this is the other part of, I think, how I would answer your question, if your nephew claims to be a Christian, if he's saying, oh, I'm a Christian and everything's fine, well, then I would say, no, you do have to, I think, make a judgment there and say, no, I can't be a part of this, because not only are you doing something I disagree with, but you're doing something against your very own confession, what you claim to believe. And so that throws another sort of piece into this question in terms of rightly parsing it out and making the right decision. But if your nephew doesn't claim faith, isn't a part of a church, doesn't claim to be a Christian, it could be that there's maybe an open door here for you to continue to have a strong relationship and to be able to share the gospel and the love of Christ with your nephew and his partner. So may God give you wisdom and grace, and may God open your nephew's heart to the gospel.